There is something I genuinely struggle to understand. Why do people care so much about how others live their lives when they can't even hold their own life together? Politically, religiously, morally, everywhere I look, there are voices telling others how to exist, how to dress, how to think, how to love, how to raise children, how to vote, how to pray, and I keep asking myself why. Why do people feel the urgent need to insert themselves into realities that do not belong to them? Is it control? Is it fear? Or is it something deeper, like the need to feel important? There is a quote by Carl Jung that says, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." Maybe that's the key. Maybe when someone is obsessed with correcting others, what they are really avoiding is correcting themselves. On a political level, we see leaders and movements constantly interfering in the lives of citizens, and they use media as an amplifier, shaping narrative, creating enemies, building heroes. Sometimes it feels less like governance and more like theater. The savior complex sells well. The hero image attracts followers. But saving others is easier than fixing your own foundation. It's easier to criticize someone's lifestyle than to confront your own failures. It's easier to shout moral standards than to live by them quietly. And religion. Religion was meant to be a path of discipline and humility. Yet sometimes it becomes a tool to judge, to interfere, to supervise the private choice of others, as if faith needs policing. When did belief become surveillance? Morality, too, has turned into a public performance. People speak loudly about values, loyalty, respect, family, decency, yet behind closed doors, their own life is chaos. Relationships broken, integrity compromised, promises unkept. I find it outraging, truly, that some people seem convinced they know better how others should live, while themselves cannot even align the two sides of their own existence. You cannot preach balance if you live in disorder. You cannot demand honesty if you negotiate with your own lies. You cannot ask society for discipline when your own house is falling apart. Sometimes I wonder if interfering in other people's lives is a distraction mechanism. If I focus on your mistakes, I don't have to face mine. If I fight your battle, I don't have to fight myself. And if I present myself as your savior, I don't have to admit I feel lost. It is much more comfortable to be the hero in someone else's story than to be the student in your own. And yet, real strength is quiet. Real morality is private. Real faith is internal. Real political responsibility starts with personal responsibility. Before trying to save the world, can you save your word? Before correcting society, can you correct your habits? And before judging a stranger, have you judged your own actions with the same severity? Maybe the world would be calmer if people focused less on controlling others and more on mastering themselves. Because when someone truly works on their own life, deeply, honestly, they rarely have time to polish someone else's. Maybe that is the real revolution, not controlling others, but controlling the self. This is the low voice, and maybe today the loudest thing we can say is, mind your own soul.